Hello, students. A very good morning to you all. In the previous week, we studied chapter 13, that is Emperor Akbar. Okay, we all saw that Akbar was the greatest Mughal ruler. He became the Mughal ruler in 1556 at just age of 13 years. Okay, after the death of his father Humayun at a very young age. Okay, he was helped by his tutor Bahram Khan to manage because he was too young to rule, so he was helped by his tutor. Okay, then we also saw Akbar's conquest, how he managed his administration. He was a very efficient ruler. Okay, he was a very efficient ruler. He set up excellent administrative system. Okay, we saw that he had divided his empire into smaller parts called subas, and each suba was ruled by governor and further divided by parganas. We saw he formed a number of villages formed a pargana. Akbar was a very just ruler. Just means very kind. Okay, he had built in many important buildings that we saw. Fatehpur Sikri was the capital city, new capital city that was built. We all know that. Okay, Fatehpur Sikri near Agra. He was a very great conqueror and he built a big empire in North India, was a just ruler, and Akbar had great respect for all the religions. We saw that he liked to learn about different religions and he tried to combine the best of all religions. And a book, New Religion, that is, New Religion founded by him was Din Illahi. Okay, he did not become popular and was that religion was not popular and was not accepted by most of the people. Okay, now after Akbar, I repeat, he was succeeded by his son Salim, who became the ruler under the name of Jahangir. Okay, he became the ruler under the name of Jahangir. Now today we are going to start with chapter number 14, that is Shah Jahan. Okay, Shah Jahan, he was also known as a engineer king. Okay, he had built many monuments. Okay, now Shah Jahan, the son of Jahangir. I repeat, Shah Jahan, the son of Jahangir. We know that Akbar, after Akbar, he was succeeded by his son Salim, and who became the ruler under the name of Jahangir. Now, Jahangir's son, I repeat, Jahangir's son. I am putting a stress because of the connectivity. Try to understand. Shah Jahan was the son of Jahangir. He became the Mughal ruler in 1627 CE. I repeat, he became the ruler in 1627 CE. He was a good ruler like Akbar. We saw Akbar was a very brave ruler. He was very kind and liked by other people. He was fond of all the religions. He took good things of all the religions. He treated the society equally. Okay, he did not differentiate between religions. Okay, for him everyone was one. Okay, now this Shah Jahan, who was the son of Jahangir, was also a good ruler like Akbar. Wanted to expand his empire. We saw how Akbar expanded his empire same way. Shah Jahan also wanted to expand his empire. Expand means to increase. He tried to conquer, I repeat, he tried to conquer Kandahar in the north but failed to do so. We saw the major part of North India was brought under Akbar's conquest. Okay, he was also very fond of expanding his empire, so he had brought almost major part of India under his control. Here, Shah Jahan tried to conquer Kandahar in the north but failed to do so. As most of North India was already a part of the Mughal Empire, I repeat, as most of North India was already a part of Mughal Empire, Shah Jahan decided to attack the kingdoms in South India. I repeat, as most of the North India, we saw that Akbar had already conquered so many places and he had brought almost a major part of India under his control. Now, since North India was already a part of Mughal Empire, this Shah Jahan was a Mughal ruler. So, he was already having a northern territory under him. So, he decided to attack the kingdoms in the South India. He captured Ahmednagar in the Deccan and forced the kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda to accept his supremacy. Okay, he attacked southern kingdoms, southern part of India, wherein he captured Ahmednagar in the Deccan and forced the kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda to accept his supremacy. Means he tried to rule there by force. Okay, he forced them to accept his rule. Here in the picture, we can see Shah Jahan. Okay, he was known as an engineer king. Shah Jahan was known as an engineer king. The picture, okay, it is given in your textbook, page 89. Page 89. Now, Shah Jahan's reign. Reign means period. Foreign travelers such as Bernier traveled to India during Shah Jahan's reign. During Shah Jahan's reign means when Shah Jahan was the ruler. At that time, foreign traveler came to India. Bernier, okay, he came during Shah Jahan's reign. Some of them have written accounts of their time in India. They have praised Shah Jahan's rule. Okay, they have praised means they were happy. Shah Jahan's reign was called Golden Age of the Mughal Empire. I repeat, Shah Jahan's age, Shah Jahan's reign, that is the period, was called the Golden Age of the Mughal Empire. During his period, people were happy and the empire prospered. Means he was a very kind, okay, like Akbar. People also liked Akbar as a ruler. He was a very just, means fair to everyone. Same way, Shah Jahan. During his rule, people were happy. Nobody had any problems. Why? Why everyone was happy? Because there was law and order. Law and order. Everything was very smooth going. The empire had peace and security. Everyone lived in peace during his period. Okay, there was security, means they did not have the fear. Why? Because of Shah Jahan as a ruler. In the 15th century, the Portuguese came as traders to India. The Portuguese came as traders to India. The Portuguese were interested in buying spices and cotton textile from India. During olden days, India was very famous for its spices and cotton textile. We had seen this point before also. Okay. Now in the 15th century, what happened? Portuguese came. They came to India as traders. Traders means to do business. They were interested in buying spices and cotton textiles from India. Later on, I repeat, later on, other European countries, that is, other European traders also came, such as the French, the Dutch, and the British also came to India for trade. Do you remember when we did the chapter of our history, modern period? Okay, they all came, these French, Dutch, British, and other European traders, they came to India for trading. But what happened, Britishers, they defeated them and they themselves took over and started ruling India. Okay, actually they had also come for trade purpose only, to do business. But they saw our country's richness and they started indulging in all the administrative matters and started to rule. They defeated the kingdoms. We saw that they defeated Sirajuddaulah and started ruling over there. Same way they tried to capture whole India and they made Indians work for them. They exploited the Indians. We also saw how they exploited the Britishers. Okay, they made people very unhappy. That is why there was a revolt in 1857 and then this revolt was crushed by them. But our Indians did not sit quietly. They again, many educated Indians got together and they started the political organizations to free India from the British rule. We saw about the Indian freedom struggle. The Indian National Congress was the important organization that led the freedom movement. Okay. Now, these Britishers came to India for trade. Here, in this picture, you can see the expansion of the empire under Jahangir and Shah Jahan. I repeat, see, the key over here shows Babur's conquest, Akbar's conquest. See, major part is Akbar's conquest, the green part. Yellow is the Babur's conquest, means they brought under their control. Okay, they made a revolt and captured these territories. Now look at Jahangir and Shahjaz, that is the pink in color. Okay, Ahmednagar, we saw that they captured Ahmednagar. So this territory was captured by him, that is Shah Jahan, and brought under his control. That is why he had forced the kingdoms of Bijapur and Golconda to accept his supremacy. So, this is that we studied today. Now, the remaining part about art and architecture under Shah Jahan's rule, we are going to continue tomorrow. It's a pretty short chapter, but a very interesting one. I repeat, it's a pretty short chapter, but equally interesting. It is expected by you to read page 89. Okay, not once, not twice, but maybe thrice. We are going to do in parts. We are not going to be in a hurry to finish because understanding is more important. Okay, when you understand things properly, you will be able to write in your own words. So we are not in a hurry. Today I am taking only page 89. Later part will be covered in the coming up videos. Okay. Our term 2, we have finished with our history, wherein we studied the 3 periods: ancient period, medieval period, modern period. After that, we studied about Emperor Akbar. I repeat, we studied about Emperor Akbar's his conquests. The word conquest means territory brought under his control. We studied about Akbar's administration. Okay? How he was as a ruler. He became ruler at such a young age after the death of his father Humayun. We all learnt about that. Then we studied today about Shah Jahan, the son of Jahangir, who became the Mughal ruler in 1627. He was also a good ruler like Akbar, wanted to expand the empire, so he tried to conquer Kandahar, that is in the north, but failed to do so. Okay, then we studied about Ahmednagar, that was captured by him. We studied that foreign traders traveled to India during his rule, and his rule was called the Golden Age. Whose rule? Shah Jahan's rule was called the Golden Age of the Mughal period. Why? We saw that during his rule people were happy, empire prospered, there was law and order, and peace and security. Everyone was very safe under his rule. When Portuguese came to India for trade, they were interested in buying spices and cotton textile. Later on, not only Portuguese but the other foreign traders also came. The French, the Dutch and the British. I request you all to read page 89, wherein you will be coming across the information about Shah Jahan, who was also known as the Engineer King. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Thank you, children.